So you all have found yourselves arriving at various times, perhaps, at Kareen Quickfoot's 99th birthday party. Kareen, the kind of legendary dancer and performer back in the day. In fact, many stories suggest that Kareen Quickfoot originally created the Lindy Hop dance in the Fey realm far before it was brought here to America. But anyways, she's turning 99. She wants to throw a big party, and she's throwing it at Willie's. Willie's is kind of a well-known speakeasy here in the Roaring City. Though upon your first entry, you walk into a simple apothecary. Behind a counter are shelves of medicines and the like, and a smiling clerk with graying hair greets you with a nod. Towards the back of the apothecary is a door labeled maintenance. For those of you familiar with the joint, you know that past this set of doors labeled maintenance are stairs that descend to another door, and this door is locked. A square latch at a variety of heights to allow for a bouncer to check who's knocking. And outside the door, you hear nothing but the silence of the apothecary behind you. Once the door opens and you are allowed in, whether that be by waving your invitation or other means, upon the door opening and you stepping across the threshold into through this door, you are absolutely just struck by a burst of jazz music, laughter, and playful conversation striking your ears. Almost as if the speakeasy had been magically warded to keep the noise within. A flurry of color meets your eyes as flappers and dresses twirl about the club. The smell of cigar smoke and spilled moonshine on the ground fills your nose. The place is electric. Scanning the crowd, you think you recognize several socialites, notorious gangsters, celebrities from the papers, the radio, and even the silent films. And this is where you all find yourselves in the midst of this just buzzing electric a party going on underneath Willie's. You haven't run into each other yet. So as individuals, what's are you all doing? Maybe Kate, you want to start off?
Oh, okay. I guess I am. So I know Kareen. Is that her name?
Karina is the guest of honor at this. Yep.
Um, I'm here because she's my grandmother's best friend. So I'm socializing, and my grandmother's taking me around to all her friends, introducing me to all her friends. I'm just kind of like, okay, thanks. Nice to meet you all.
Yes, just like come, Maggie dear. I want you to meet Agnes. The Agnes, this is Maggie, and she's my granddaughter. She's here visiting from Yorkshire. Right?
Yeah.
Backstories. And yeah, doing the whole wave the granddaughter around thing. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. And June, what are you up to upon entering this club?
I think when I enter, everybody knows who I am because I'm, the film star. So I give my polite hellos, hi to everyone, and then I'm making a beeline for the bar.
All
where
right.
I can get a stiff drink and sit back and kind of see who's here and who's not here and take everybody in from afar where I sit my drink sort of in the corner, but everybody sees that I'm there.
Yes, absolutely. Heads definitely turn upon your entry. You are not the sole celebrity in this establishment on this special night, so maybe it's not quite as magnified as it might normally be. But as no surprise to you, you know, you often catch kind of lingering looks in your direction. You know, with the kind of the starstruck look in many of their eyes. And I want to be clear, out of character, June, you are not like you're not like the child actor that crashed and burned, correct? You're like in good
Mhm.
standing in the public eye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, I think June is like she's beloved. But like we said, she has that sort of streak in her where she can snap, but the public doesn't know that. That's
Yes.
something that only if you're maybe on a set with her that you'd see. And at that same time, she's not going to do that in front of everybody. She'll pull you into a room and do that to
Ah,
you.
okay, okay. Yeah, so we're not, you know, love you, Lindsay Lohan, but this isn't a Lindsay Lohan kind of a thing. You know, this may be more of
Mm-mm.
like a
She's
Jennifer
not a train wreck.
Lawrence. Yeah, maybe more of like a Jennifer Lawrence kind of a thing.
Yeah,
If
Jennifer
Jennifer
Lawrence
Lawrence
is
has
mean.
a mean streak. Okay, yeah, so
No,
boom.
she is mean. She is mean.
Oh yeah, you
All
would
right,
know.
nailed it.
You
Yeah,
just
she was on that last movie I was on. She is mean.
Not editing
Perfect.
this, YouTube. You can deal with it, Jennifer Lawrence fans.
Yeah, deal with it. Sorry, Jennifer.
All right, a stiff drink at the bar. You have a brief conversation with the bartender, a female half orc, kind of filling up her dress with some muscular definition a bit, and she goes by Grulmabel because I thought that would be easy. Grulmabel.
Got it.
It's serving you your
Grulmabel.
drinks. Yeah. And Lester.
Yeah, so as much as I want to do the opposite of June, so I want to kind of slide in the room, but kind of keep to the corners, the dark areas. I'm trying to see if I can see a familiar face while keeping a low profile as possible. Try to overhear some conversations if I can find any that interest me, but overall keeping pretty low profile here as I walk in.
Okay, yeah, as kind of sticking to the walls, maybe the shadows in certain areas, or even just being part of the crowd. You're
Absolutely.
able to keep a lower profile, and you do catch a familiar face, a fellow who runs in circles similar towards you, Mr. Dillinger.
Okay, so I go over to John. We're on a first name basis, and I know John pretty well.
Yep.
And
He greets you as Jimmy.
great. Yes. Yeah. So perfect. So I know right then that like I feel like I can talk to him pretty quickly. I take a peek around to see if it's kind of a safe place for me to talk to him directly.
I mean, everybody's like kind of almost elbow to elbow, you know, about this club. It's not every
Yeah.
day Kareen Quickfoot turns 99. Am I right?
Right.
Um,
So I lean in. I lean into Jimmy, and I kind of I don't want to be. I know I might be overheard, so I'm like I kind of go. You know anything? What's going on?
And yeah, so it's like you don't have any privacy at all, which also gives you some privacy,
Right.
you know, in a way.
Exactly. Yeah.
He leans in close to you and he said, "I heard things went a bit sideways for you."
Yeah. And I say you're telling me, John. I'm in a bit of a pinch here, so any information you might have would be super helpful for me.
Well, rumor has it you were the only one to keep the fuzz off your back. Suppose that's causing some problems for you, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I don't know anything. All I know is I'm running for my life here from every direction.
Well, that's a shame about Chase. I
Yeah.
heard Dak is already swooping in on Chase's turf.
Hack. Okay.
DAK.
All right, and the last thing, because I don't want to bother them, and people are starting to look, because we're having a more serious conversation than probably what this party is looking at. I go, do you have any idea why Chase was coming to this party?
I mean, it's a regular old who's who out here. It could be just making connections, business contacts. I mean, there's the fair share of those similar to us about. And it's
Sure.
true. There, some of the city's most high-profile gangsters are in attendance. Owl Capone, the white-feathered owlin, sits in the VIP section in the club. This Dak has become a name that's on some of the people's lips more and more often. At least those that kind of pay attention to the underground of the roaring city. So whether it be above board or an below board business contacts, there's a lot of people with power, influence, money at this party.
So then I shake John's hand. I go thanks, and then I kind of head to the bar.
Okay.
Kind of just in the conversation.
Okay. As you walk towards the bar, Lester, will you describe what June sees as you approach the bar?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm making my way through the crowd. So you're not gonna see like you just kind of see a crowd of people, and then kind of a smaller statured half elf pop out of the crowd. Probably around 5'3", 135 pounds. So easy to overlook. But I pop over. But I'm dressed nicely, right? In a suit. I don't look like I don't belong here. But just easy to overlook from a stature size.
So June, you see this 5'3" but confident 5'3", sit maybe
Short
just a chair or two over from you at the bar.
Because I don't know this short king, I'm gonna ask him what he wants to drink, because drinks are on me. Money's not an issue. Drink up, bud. What would you like?
Stiffest. I'll take the stiffest thing you've got. As I like kind of I kind of like look at her and kind of give her a nod, like thank you, and I tell the bartender, oh, the stiffest thing you got, and then
Make it two. Make it two.
make it two. And so like instantly, I'm like, I go politely. I'm like, I recognize you. I really enjoy your work.
I obviously don't. Well, I'm not gonna say I obviously don't know who you are, but I would just say, and what's your name, and how do you know the birthday lady?
Kareem.
And so I say the name's Lester, and I'm a family friend of her agent.
Interesting. Never seen you around before.
Not a really close family friend. And then I kind of quickly look over to the bartender to see, when our drinks are going to be ready.
Gruel Mabel slides 2 drinks over in your direction. Pretty promptly.
Nice. So then I take just quick action to get those and just cheers. June, real quick, to try to kind of move on from the subject of why I'm here and how I know.
Okay. And you've probably moved past the showing off phase now, Maggie. I'm sorry, I already forgot what Maggie stands for.
Margaret.
Margaret, yeah. Do you want me calling your character Maggie or Margaret?
It doesn't matter.
You look beautiful.
What?
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Also, your room background looks super nice.
Thank you.
It's like minimalistic but chic.
Yeah. That's what I was going for. My poor plant is dying, though. I keep forgetting to water it.
I thought it was fake.
It's not. It's the one we grabbed from our neighbors, or that curb.
Grab from the curb. Remember, guys, if this gets on
Curb
YouTube,
plant.
Yeah. Someone down the street from my parents was getting rid of a bunch of stuff, and this plant was one of them.
Yep.
One of the things they were getting rid of. So we stuck it in the back, and the girls were like, "What the heck is going on?"
Yeah, so to be clear, we did not take this from a neighbor. We took it from the curb YouTube.
Yeah.
Curb plant.
totally different.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and notification bell. So Maggie, you've probably moved past the point of being drug around by your grandmother at this point. What would you like to be doing? How would you like to be enjoying this party?
I asked my grandmother to excuse myself. I have to go to the loo, and then I make my way to the bar.
Okay.
And I say, wait, was Shirley Temple alive during this time?
I don't think she was silent films, so I want to say no.
No, she wasn't alive yet. I was gonna order a dirty Shirley, but she wasn't alive.
Oh no, there was that one tiefling from the early 1400s in the Fire Realm, Shirley. Yeah, popular drink stuff.
Yeah. There you go.
Barkeep, I'll take a gin and tonic, please.
Gruelmobile nods at you and begins to put together your drink. This time, not as confidently, not as quick as you might expect from a barkeep, but eventually gets you your drinks. Maggie, would you describe what Maggie looks like to June and Lester as you approach the bar?
Sure. I am a variant human.
You're a human.
I know. I'm a human with like red hair that's kind of like all kind of fancy curls right here up against my head with a chic little hat with all these little like feathers and ribbons and stuff, and I'm wearing an emerald green 1920s outfit. I have this like amulet thing around my neck.
Okay. So this redheaded, dressed well, but maybe with a pinch of foreign fashion, approaches the bar, and I don't think we've gotten a description of appearance from you, June. Could you also describe what Maggie would be seeing as she approaches the bar?
Yeah, so June is human, well, looks human in her current state, which is how she sort of appears in most of her films. She's tall with dark hair, and she has on a sort of champagne colored flapper dress with lots of shiny jewelry to match.
Nice. And then for me, outside of game, Lester, what's your race?
I'm a half elf.
Half elf. So you got some pointy ears.
Yes.
Maybe a slider build. Oh yeah, well 130 pounds, so yeah.
130 pounds. Yeah. I'm not bulky by any means.
All right, perfect. That's just mostly for me, but also helps kind of picture you all. Okay, so kind of interrupted your approach to the bar though, Maggie. Oh, you ordered your gin and tonic. Gruelmobile kind of decently got it to you in a quick enough fashion. And you kind of look to your side and you see Lester and June kind of small talking.
And I just kind of look over. Good evening. How are you all today?
And I instantly go, like, it seems like you're a pretty popular person at this party.
Oh yes, my grandmother loves to show me off, and she hasn't seen me in quite a while. So I mean, old people, they're very proud of their grandchildren. So here I am being dragged around and introduced to all the other old people.
I just
June,
quickly.
June and
so my-
Lester. Oh, sorry to interrupt. June and Lester, you pick up a trace of an accent from Maggie.
Oh, so I instantly ask, where are you from?
Well, I originally am from Yorkshire, England, but my husband and I moved to Dublin when we married because that's where he's from. But I find myself here at the moment.
Yeah. You're
Inspiration,
well-traveled.
Kate. Take
What?
a point of inspiration.
Thank you.
So you're well traveled. Is that where you got that weird drink you just ordered? I've never heard of it before.
Ah, yes, it's quite customary in England.
Where's your husband, Maggie?
Oh, unfortunately, he was accused of being part of the IRA in Dublin, and they believed him to be involved in the Easter Rebellion. So he was arrested, and because I'm married to a suspect, I had to flee, and I fled to America to stay with my grandmother.
Now you go. That's a tough beat. I've heard the jails in Ireland are not where you want to get caught at.
Oh, thank you. Not what I really wanted to hear, but I appreciate the sentiment.
And then I quickly catch myself, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm sure he's fine. You don't look like the kind of person who comes from the low living qualities that I do. So I'm sure the jail that your husband is in is probably a different standard than what I would have heard of."
Oh, well, my husband and I don't come from the same background, so he may be more accustomed to the type of jail you are accustomed to than you think.
In addition to y'all's company, each other's company, if you would like, there's plenty of people to mingle with at this party. You see some socialites on the dance floor. There's there's a mouse folk who's illustrating in a little notepad at a table, sipping on a drink. There's the matron of honor, a Korean Quickfoot, going about, socializing, letting people, kiss the ring. All manner.
Her.
What's that?
A picture of Kareen.
I don't know if this is going to show you like the whole character sheet and everything, but what do you see?
A rabbit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you just see the picture?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, that's Kareen. She's a heron gone, so she's like a rabbit folk.
Yeah.
Just give them 99.
Well past her prime, but you could still see as she kind of moves about the party that she still kind of has this aura to her, this magnetism. Somebody who is not just used to the spotlight, but like eats it up.
Nice. Do I have any inclination as like the race of the bartender? Do I know anything about him?
The race?
Yeah.
Yes, she is a half orc. So she's got some prominent like tusks from underneath, and kind of fills out her dress pretty like with some more muscular build than typical.
Maybe I'd say like I really like the drink I'm having. I'm like, so I mentioned it to her like this is really good. If you don't mind me asking, who's your source? Where are you getting the hooch?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Perception, right?
Persuasion.
No, there it is. Got it.
Ooh, an 18, not too bad.
Why am I always rolling with advantage? Is that a problem?
I don't think so. No. Because I'll just take
Okay.
the first one anytime. Don't want you rolling too.
Cool.
I usually have my stuff rolling with advantage as well, but it doesn't look the way yours does.
Yeah, weird.
She kind of smiles at you like, you know full well this isn't a question you should be asking in this establishment. But she doesn't like jump down your throat about it, right? She just kind of smiles like, haha, very funny. And her reply is something along the lines of oh, here and there.
Gotcha. Okay. And then, so I think I've had enough because I'm starting to get a little worried about June asking me a little too close conversations about why I'm there and who I know. And I think she kind of knows the celebrity crowd enough that like maybe she knows the agent that I'm lying and saying that I'm a
Sure.
friend. So I go, thanks for the drink, and I leave the bar.
Okay. Actually, yeah, I like that angle. June, if you would like, you can make a history check to see if you recall, this agent, what do you say, like a talent agent? Was that the angle you were coming from, Lester?
Right.
Or
yeah,
like a
the
management agent?
Yeah, the management
right?
agent
Yeah.
of Greens.
Okay.
Family friend.
Okay. Oh, I think I clicked the wrong thing.
Okay.
That's
No,
okay.
that works. That's an 8 for history. Yeah, like it doesn't. You might have the thought the next day, like, no, that's weird. I could have sworn I knew the agent for but at this moment you just kind of accept it as truth. Why? No reason to be lying. Hi, Fred. Okay, so you're exiting the bar, Lester.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm walking away, kind of scraping the corners again around the outside, keeping a low profile.
Okay, and not out trying to interact with anybody or anything like
that. I always find a conversation interesting with a bunny, so maybe I'll go talk to that bunny you were mentioning.
Kareen Quickfoot, the woman.
No,
the
I
Lady
thought you
of
said
Honor?
that there was a. Oh, that's Kareen. I definitely do not want to.
The mouse people.
Oh, there was
the
a mouse
mouse.
folk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go talk to the mouse folk. That'll be fun.
Yeah, so the mouse folk is sitting at this little the kind of those standing tables where you would like hang out at a bar.
Right.
So he's in like a supremely elevated stool to be comfortably sitting at the table. Now don't picture like a 5-inch mouse. Picture like 2 foot tall or something.
Gotcha.
And so as you approach, you see that this mouse folk is passionately drawing and illustrating these different characters. One's a mouse with kind of like red shorts, and there's a similar looking mouse with like a bow between her big mouse ears. And he's drawing little speech bubbles of them like talking to each other and stuff.
Gotcha. So I woke up.
Mickey Mouse.
Well, I like walk up and I'm like, you have fantastic drawings. Like this is incredible. Like the name's Lester Gillis.
It finishes the drawing for just a moment, almost like long enough for there to be a little bit of awkwardness. But then his eyes meet yours, and you see a little kind of like pencil-ish mustache underneath the mouse folk nose. He says, "Why, so kind of you. The name's Walt."
Gotcha. Very nice to meet you, Walt. I look over. Does Walt have a beverage?
Yeah, sipping on like a.
So is it enough where I can order him another one as like a friendly gesture? Or
absolutely, sure.
Oh, okay. I was like, "What are you having, Walt? What are you drinking there?"
Just a white wine.
And like, so I kind of raise my hand to find the nearest like waiter or person.
Yep.
You're walking around, I assume.
Yep. Somebody comes
And
by.
right, and I basically like kind of point to both of our glasses
Okay.
more.
And they say, one silver piece.
Yeah. So I think I've got the silver piece. Am I supposed to keep that up somewhere, Davo? Because I don't see cash or anything in my inventory.
Your background
don't have
should
silver
have
piece?
given you some coin to spend. Yeah.
Hmm.
June, we might like customize yours because it's fun if you're walking around.
I have a background.
Okay. That would be fun.
But that is something. Maybe that's another difference in the one shots is where like I don't really care about your coins in the one shot, but this it might end up being a big role. Is how much money you're. So
Yeah.
we will.
So I've gone to my
eventually-
background. I don't have that. Maybe I didn't fill that out.
Probably not. It's probably about 15 gold pieces worth
Okay.
of
I
coin.
didn't fill that out.
And,
Okay. So I'll use one of my 15 or whatever gold pieces.
and yeah, I want to say a silver is like 10 gold. So
Okay.
they're just asking you for like a tenth of a gold piece, basically. Silver.
Gotcha.
YouTube
Gotcha.
might be yellow. Or you might never see this, YouTube. Or maybe you'll see this years from now as a Kickstarter stretch goal. You didn't know we were playing this game before.
There you go.
Yeah, drinks are brought over to you and Walt, and while you're waiting on drinks, he's kind of doodling, but also explaining to you that he's planning a big move to California.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. California, it's beautiful. And I've actually spent some time in the Bay Area. Prior to this. So, what part of California are you looking to go?
Oh, the southern bit, I suppose. I hope to work as like an illustrator or something in the the movie industry.
Gotcha. So is that why you're here? Are you currently kind of vibing for the movie industry? As like, there's a lot of celebrities here as I kind of look around.
Oh, I hadn't really noticed. Sometimes I have my nose so buried in my sketches, the world could pass me by. No, I'm just a native to the area, and this is kind of my last hurrah before I move west.
Got it. Okay. I kind of look this guy up and down, see if can I notice anything that might like tell me where this conversation might be able to go or lead to.
It has gone where it is going to go to, you think?
Okay, great, perfect. I'm like, well, Walt, if I'm ever in California, I'll look you up.
Please do.
And I kind of
yes.
And I kind of clink glasses and then maybe I don't know if I leave, but I kind of just look away as like the conversation's over, but I'm gonna stay at the table.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Maggie, June, what are you up to?
I am gonna go say hello to Miss Kareen, and I have a gift for her.
Oh, okay. So Kareen now is kind of set up in like a booth, and she is now just kind of accepting, well-wishers. So you may wait briefly as some, human man is kind of like finishing up his how do you do's and thank yous, until you're able to approach. Well, if it isn't June, the stars are out tonight. How are you, dear?
I'm just beaming. I love Miss Kareen. I know my reverence and my place amongst the other celebrities in the room. So I kind of do a little curtsy for her, and I lay out my present, which is wrapped in a beautiful gold box. And inside is an ivory hairbrush that I have gotten our lovely birthday gal.
Oh, June, you didn't need to bring it. No, really, you should have. This is lovely. Thank you so much, and it will match perfectly with my mirror setup.
Your vanity set.
My vanity set.
Okay. Because there's a line of people, I will take my glass that I have from the bar still with my drink, do a quick little cheers, but do it loudly enough that I get a nice huzzah from the crowd.
Yeah.
And cheers to our birthday queen.
What do you cheers? What's your your toast?
To another 99 years of glamour and fame.
Yes.
To our queen.
She beams and raises the glass to you and says, some of us may have blazed the way before others, but I think the future amongst our young stars is bright.
I blush.
and you see her eyes start to go past you towards the next onlooker.
And I leave.
Nice. Very nice. You see, just as you start to depart, a young Harengon kind of hop on over to Kareen, and he kind of accepts the gift and the comb and like puts it in, a designated area where some of the presents are. It's Kareen's grandson.
I would love to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Miss June Davis. I love your grandmother. I'm not sure that we have met.
Oh, hello. Yes, I know who you are. My name's Eldon Quickfoot.
Eldon, how are you doing tonight? Are you enjoying the party, or is your grandmother working you too much?
It's a pleasure to work for my grandmother. I'm enjoying myself quite a lot. I don't always get out like this. I spend a lot of time at the suite. But yeah, this is fun. It is busy and, protocol and manners and all of that. My grandmama's very big on, etiquette and whatnot. But yes, she's really excited that you're able to.
Well, I'm excited to be here. Who's the most exciting person that you've met tonight?
Oh, well, I mean, aside from yourself, of course. And I didn't exactly meet them, but, I did kind of like brush shoulders briefly with them, but Al Capone is here.
Ah, Mr. Capone.
They say he, runs the town.
I immediately am going to try and see where this man is.
He's seated. You find him. He's in a prominent position in the club, but behind stanchions, he's in this VIP lounge.
Okay.
And you see, Capone's name also, circulates the town. Everybody knows Capone. But you see a white feathered owlin, like an owl folk, wearing, as nice of a white suit as money could buy, sitting in this club, kind of surrounded by floozies, money grubbing floozies, as well as some muscle, goons that probably belong to his crew.
He's throwback, dude.
Yeah.
We went to a Roaring 20s murder mystery party 7 years ago. And my character had to keep saying money grubby money. All in all, it's a money grubbing floozy, yeah.
There's money grubbing floozy.
It was Bernie, I tell ya. That's one of my objectives.
I love
it. Was so good.
Okay, I think I'm going to say goodbye to Eldon and thank him for taking such good care of his grandmother and sort of head out to the dance floor, but kind of
Yeah. Okay.
seeing who Owl Capone is talking to throughout the evening as I
Okay.
dance in the dance floor.
Sure. Yeah. Make a performance check first of all, just to see, how much cutting up of the rug
Big.
is going on.
Oh my gosh.
Did I click it?
There it is. Woo!
Oh dang.
You
Oh,
quickly
wow.
you quickly become, the center of attention on the dance floor. Is no surprise. As no surprise. There is one figure who's a little bit put off by it. Previously, she felt like she was kind of ruling the dance floor, and that's Violette Swift. You know the name, the Swift's name. They run a foundation in town, lots of money in the family. So she's not an actress or anything of that nature, but she's one of those family names that's known about town just because they're that stinking rich. Kind of like, you know, the Waynes in Gotham.
Mm. Mm.
And she's a little put off because she felt like she was kind of the star on the dance floor before you showed up. And so you just pick up a little bit of that. Kind of claim the dance floor.
I think I'm gonna give her a little sass as she walks by, but just slow enough that only she can hear.
Oh, okay.
And
What you got for her?
all I'm gonna say is it's my time. It's my time now, Violet.
She just kind of does like a hair flip and walks away to the bar. And Maggie, what are you up to?
I'm gonna be kind of on the outskirts, trying to like hide from obvious view to avoid my grandmother.
Okay.
Trying to get me to dance with some young rich man because she doesn't approve of my husband, and
Matchmaking when you don't want to be
yeah,
matchmaked. It's not.
right, and she thinks he's gonna die in prison, so she's like trying to get me to dance with him. So I'm just kind of like drinking my drink, hiding behind one of those massive curtains all these like fancy places used to have,
Yeah. Okay.
and just like watching the party. And
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Both Maggie and Lester, as you kind of mingle in the background, you hear that there's some buzz in the air about recent events. That there's been a power move against John Paul Chase's crew. And the rumors in the papers are claiming that Chase, who Maggie, you may or may not recognize as like one of the gangsters around town, was shot dead, and his crew got pinched on a job. And that some of these rival gangsters are already trying to move in and fill the vacancies that Chase is leaving. That's kind of like on the tip of some people's tongues. The people that like to show up at the parties and just like get all the gossip. Any other? Oh, and then June, you mentioned you were kind of keeping an eye on Capone.
Yeah, I want to see who's coming and going over
Yeah.
there.
So just as Kareen is kind of accepting well wishers, Capone also kind of has a trickle of people that come in and kind of, kiss the ring per se. So, but it's not just gangsters. Like you watch as a judge walks up and gives a polite hello to Capone. You see, members of the White Sox give a hello to Capone. Kind of, and then of course some gangster types, but it's almost as if Capone's getting just as much well wishers as Karine, the woman of this party. And you do see, only briefly, but there's a period where like 4 or 5 individuals are summoned to Capone's presence. He sends one of his goons out and brings back a small party to have kind of a whispered conference with him. And one individual, this goblin dressed in a nice suit, ends up breaking his champagne flute and viciously stabbing one of Capone's henchmen. And Capone laughs, and then eventually kind of stomps this cane he's carrying with a dragon head on the end. And that whole VIP section just turns to like silence, and order is maintained by Capone. So you just kind of catch that. You're like across the room from it, I picture, but you're like eyeballing it. Like you notice the distinct exchange. And this henchman is like profusely bleeding out of the neck, not dead, but also like his vengeful anger is like quelled by Capone's just simple like knocking of the cane, the walking cane.
I don't want to go over there right away, but I would love to talk to somebody who's leaving after they've paid their respects.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you can kind of, dance your way a little bit closer to the VIP section and catch somebody that you see had obviously gone and said hello.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. You run into this fire genasi. It's kind of like a genie race. So it's like a elemental fire person, kind of. So they have a more of a kind of a humanish look, but their hair is as flame, is on fire. And he was just part of the group that was called forth into Capone's company, walking out. Actually, you might recognize them because the girl you ticked off on the dance floor, she was an earth genasi. So still kind of that elemental. This is one of her brothers, Osmium.
Osmium.
I'm
gonna go up to Osmium, and we know each other because I know his sister Violet. And I would just say to Osmium, "Hi, like, how are things going for you tonight, Osmium?"
Well, I thought this was going to be a dull affair, as our parents are in Europe and unavailable to, pay the respects and do the whole socialite, bit. So here me and my siblings are, but, well, things got a little bit interesting. I think I'm glad I came out tonight.
Yeah, I noticed you were talking with Mr. Al Capone. Can you tell me what you said to him?
He's looking for something. Can't say much. He's looking for something. Wants us to help. I think we're going to. And then I just met this little goblin fella, and he just went berserk on this Vinny fella. It was awesome. Yeah.
Well, I know everybody, so if you need help finding something or getting something, you might be able to ask me. I can probably help you if you need some help with Mr. Capone.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind, but I don't know if you want to get pulled into this kind of business. It could be bad press.
All press is good press.
Make sure to let my parents know that next time I get thrown in the drunk tank. And in that moment, federal agents begin to pour into the club. Patrons begin to scatter for exits. So there's almost this Walmart's Black Friday moment at the exits of people trying to get out before they get snatched up by the feds. You see like somebody with kind of like little antlers tucked into her hair. She just runs straight into this wooden door frame and disappears through it. And it kind of a little sliver of a portal closes behind her. You see some of the hoity-toity, those with money in the club gather around this elven fellow, and he kind of circles them all up and with this arcane snap, they snap out of the room existence to somewhere else likely. So you see some people that are capable traveling out of this club in a arcane manner, while most of the others are grouped up at the exits, really kind of bottlenecking. So it's looking at this point like if you all had the intent of leaving without getting picked up by the cops, whether that be to save your image, to not get booked by the local PD here, or even just to go through the hassle of sitting in the drunk tank or paying your fines or whatever, you're gonna have a tough time getting through the exits via foot traffic in this moment.
Well, I'm a changeling, right? So can I change into, does it have to be like another, can I like change into a bird? Does it have to be like another race?
It does have to be like a humanoid of a similar size to you, and just note that your clothing doesn't change.
That's right. All right, let that change.
As a druid, can I change into an animal?
Yep. It's called Wild Shape.
Okay, stealing my move. So I can't become a bird. Great. Okay.
Great idea. Thank you for that.
Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far, far away.
So while you begin to assess the situation, Maggie, you consider like a squirrel could get out of this mess or what have you. You see Grulmabel behind the bar. She has pulled back a big frame, and you think you see some sort of passageway being revealed behind the frame. And she is trying to make eye contact with you guys, and is kind of giving you the silent, like, come on, this way.
So I signal to the other two and like point to the bar.
Right.
And you all clock that the bartender is pulled back some sort of secret, corridor, and is silently trying to beckon you all over to get out of there.
Where's Walt? What's Walt doing?
Lost in the.
Oh, he's gone.
Well, you know what? Why don't you make a perception check?
Okay.
Halfway to California.
You think you see Waltz kind of moving on top of people's shoulders towards.
Okay, so he's good. I don't need to help Walt.
You feel confident that this mouse folk will probably make it out via jumping from shoulder to shoulder.
Gotcha. So I'm moving that way, but I also try to take an eye out for Al Capone. What's he done in this mess?
So, I love that you asked. He doesn't budge. He remains sitting on his plush purple couches, and you swear that you see whoever's leading this raid, some agent, walk up and shake his hand.
Interesting. Good to know. So I kind of note that, and then I'm still moving towards the bar.
Towards Grulmabel. Really just rolls off the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Approaching Grummelbell, she ushers you past this frame that she's kind of pulled to the side, and there is like a corridor behind. And she's kind of got one foot in it and is letting you all go through, and then is gonna let the frame slide to position and follow you out. If that's what you all.
Yeah, so I think I as long as you guys are both going into the hole and like that's your main thing, I'm gonna try to help you out. Since you guys are in beautiful dresses and things like that, I want to make sure you guys polite.
Very chivalrous. Give yourself a point of inspiration, Lester. And Grummelbell, there's like a series of tunnels or corridors through this secret entrance. So much so that it might require some like navigation. So she kind of puts herself in the lead and kind of gives like a follow me. But then she stops midway through this corridor and kind of turns to you all, and her appearance changes. And she turns into a middle-aged man, now wearing a cheap suit, with a thin mustache under a hook's nose, and a look of urgency on his face. And seeing some of your reactions, he says, "What? It helps with the tips. Anyways, follow me if you don't want to get caught."
How dark is it in this tunnel?
It's pretty freaking dark.
Okay, so I want to use my dark vision.
Okay. And your dark vision is just always on.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Wait,
So I can see.
dark vision.
Yeah, it's a perk.
Yeah, it's actually
It is a
something only Lester in this party has.
Oh,
Oh,
and by the way, before we jump forward, what is a point of inspiration? I see on my D&D Beyond thing, I can click inspiration, a little sun thing comes up.
Cool, yep.
So I don't know how to
So when you click on it and you have that sun, that's how you know you have it. You have inspiration. Okay. And you can use it to roll again.
where is that? Where is inspiration?
It's up by your
left?
speed.
Up by speed?
It's where, Mike?
It's up by your speed, just to the right of your speed on the top of your character sheet. In D&D Beyond. It's just a box. It's empty, and below it says inspiration. You know where your hit points are on your character sheet?
There are 3 columns in your main character sheet, the core sheet.
Well, I think they're looking at D&D Beyond, babe.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah.
Are you on your character sheet in D&D Beyond?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. My name, my proficiency, my skill, actions. Is it under?
It should be like the top row of your character sheet.
Yeah, it is the very top of your character. Oh, you know what? It really.
It's right here.
Oh.
Do you see this? Or do you not see this?
No.
It's not working.
I'm like, how do I share? Can I share my
Well,
screen?
you know what, Alyssa? It might just depend how big you have your window set. Because when I have it skinny, I don't see it either. But when I make it wider, I can see it.
Okay. Like too many things open at the moment.
Yeah, because
I see it now. That was a problem.
Yeah, but when I had that window skinny, it was nowhere to be found. I'm guessing that.
Yep.
So she says, "What? It helps with the tips." And she says, "All right, now follow me if you don't want to get caught." And he starts leading you through a series of underground corridors till you reach a set of stairs that lead to an alley on the street level. He pulls a tarp off of a car and hops into the driver's seat. And you start to see the flashing of red and blue, like police lights, from both ends of the alley you're in. So, they're not there in the alley, but they seem to be close or approaching. And formerly Grummelbell goes, "Get in!"
Got it. So I jump in the passenger seat and I roll down the window and get my Tommy gun out.
Oh,
Just in
okay.
case.
All right, all right. And June, Maggie.
Cass.
Before I get in this car, I would like to change my appearance.
Okay.
I'd like to keep a female form, but maybe shift to some sort of other creature that would still fit my dress, but looks absolutely nothing like me. So if the cops glance me, they know it's not June Davis, or
Okay,
they think
yeah.
it's not June.
Can I
Absolutely.
give an idea, Ava?
Sure.
If you made yourself look like Violet or whatever.
I love it. Yes, yes.
Nice,
Cool.
nice.
Violet Smith is gonna be my enemy. Let me tell you,
And
my
Maggie.
mortal enemy now.
That's amazing.
Thinks she can dance at a party that I'm at. Get out of here.
I know. I pass without a trace.
Oh, nice. Okay, so everybody, that's a stealth bonus. Should you?
What
need
did you
the
say,
stealth.
Pete?
I cast. It's called Pass Without Trace. It's
Does it work for
Yeah,
everybody or just for you?
What?
Does it like impact everyone or just you?
It impacts everyone that I'm with. That's within a certain distance of me.
Maybe you tell me to like lower my Tommy gun. Like,
There
like you might not need it.
it is.
Okay, and you're getting in the car as well, Maggie?
Yeah.
Okay. So he peels out of this alley, and sure enough, there are, coppers right at like the mouth of this alley. So they're like eating his dust practically as he peels out of here and just starts gunning it through the roaring city. And you start kind of down at your feet, start hearing like jingling and sloshing.
Ooh.
Mingling and sloshing.
Yeah, and upon hearing this, you look down, and the bottom of this car is full of moonshine, illegal liquor. That is not something you don't want to be caught with having around. And he's just gunning it, trying to get to the outskirts of town, where he runs his moonshine operation out of. And now you all are just kind of along for the ride. So you're just tearing through town, speeds that are much too fast to safely navigate the roaring city. And so however you all are reacting to kind of the stakes ratcheting up a few notches if you were to get caught in this car, like Lester, I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks Lester's loving every minute of this.
Oh yeah, I'm my head's almost out the window. I'm like making sure my gun's clean, but I've got it kind of in my lap where like I'm checking to make sure everything's right. But you see from the party, you saw Lester in this kind of like reserved, like I'm not very comfortable here. And now you just see this like whole new side of Lester where he's animated and almost like whooping, like excitement, and this is his comfort zone right here.
Awesome.
Sorry. I was gonna say I'm just gonna roll my eyes. I'm just gonna roll my eyes at that behavior.
Nice.
And I go, oh gosh, now my grandmother's really going to kill me.
Yeah, seriously. And so all the while, formerly Gromabel just keeps like cursing and ripping through the town and being like, can't get caught with this, gotta go, gotta get out of here, just super like ratchet it up. But gets outside of town, like is able to lose the coppers long enough that when he kind of pulls off into some back roads, the pavement becomes dirt. And he starts kind of pulling into this like these hills covered in these like large oak trees, kind of off the beaten tracks. And he pulls up to his like bootleg operation, you know, off the grid, somewhere where you're not going to be hassled by the feds or even just looky-loos. And he kind of pulls the car into this little, not a garage, but this little like shelter.
I mean, I'm still pumped. I look over and I kind of give like one of those nudges, and I'm like, "Nice driving!" Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, like still completely fired up about this whole thing.
Yeah, awesome. And he's kind of like still got all that adrenaline coursing through him, but it's starting to like let go, right? So he's kind of like breathing for the first time that whole car ride, right? And he goes, "Well, that got interesting. The name's Hoot."
Hoot.
And what's his form?
Like a mustached human, hook nose.
And I instantly go like, "Great driving, Hoot! Like, where'd you learn to drive like that?"
Out of necessity, my friends. Out of necessity.
And then I'm like, "Don't we all?" And I'm like, I'm slapping my knee. I'm just giddy, you know. I'm laughing, big, you know, deep belly laughs. Like,
Yeah. And Hoot kind of like awkwardly smiles because he was kind of scared crapless, right? But also kind of enjoying your like, you know, encouragement and overall enthusiasm. So you kind of just get this like awkward kind of, you know, laugh along next to you from Hoot. He pushes open the doors to his little like distillery workshop and says, "Hey, well, come on in. We might need to lay low for a little bit."
I think at this point I'm gonna grab a bottle of moonshine and open it and start drinking it because I have to deal with these two madmen now. And that is utterly something that I'm not used to. I'm used to being the craziest person in the room.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a giant swig of that moonshine and just look at those two and go, "You both are morons."
Okay. Yep. It's got hints of apple pie.
Delicious.
Side note: I legitimately just flew back from Tennessee today, and I have apple pie moonshine. Literally in my backpack, right? That I bought. So this is
You know, Michael, the one time that I stayed at your house and you weren't there and I went out with your sister, she brought me to a moonshine bar, and that is the only time I've been around that stuff in my life.
There we go.
I'm also pretty sure the reason I know apple pie moonshine exists is because of you. Like, I think that is why it went into my head just now, is because of conversations we've had.
Great.
Tennessee boy.
Yep. He goes, "Hey, listen, I've kind of run into some trouble lately. I wonder if you all would be willing to help me. You seem, you know, capable or talented in your own, you know, unique ways." That's something you'd be open to?
I mean, so I jump in and I'm like, "Hoot, if I'm being honest with you, I'm a little hot right now. My name's a little hot in the streets. So it depends on, I'd love to help you, but I want to keep a low profile in doing it if at all possible."
Oh, yeah, sure. You know, I'm sure this is, you know, super low maintenance, just precautionary type of a thing, you know. I'm not really expecting any heat.
The minute he says, "Oh, like, no," like, reassuringly, because I'm still fired up, I'm like, "Oh, great. Yeah, let's do it. I'm great."
Yeah.
I don't really need a lot of reassurance, but I just wanted to ask.
Yeah. You're like, I need to say the responsible thing, but I don't need to, you know, that's all. I checks off that box.
Right.
So he goes, "All right, so I've been delivering this stuff to the Green Mill, which to you know, socialites would recognize as another one of the speakeasies in town. The owner there, Larry, he's been taking my deliveries, paying me, you know, for the merchandise. I've been starting to get rumors and getting a little bit fearful that they're trying to kind of run me and my kind out of town. You know, the big the big names want to have control over the, the imports coming into town. So I just really appreciate it if you all could just kind of escort the delivery in, just kind of be there in case anybody tries to muscle in and interfere with my business with Larry. Shouldn't really run into anything I don't expect, but I could pay, could be a easy gig.
Bored, so I'm in.
Perfect.
Little spice in life, I'm in.
Yeah, that'll be
Shake
great.
things up.
I'm already like getting my gun ready, making sure everything's. I'm like about to jump into the driver's seat. I'm like ready to go.
Okay, yeah. And he kind of turns his eyes to you, Maggie.
Other than money, what's in it for me?
I suppose there's the possibility of a little excitement, but I hope not. Sure it'll be easy gig. But it could open up other opportunities of employment, I suppose. Depending on the kind of work you're into or the skills you provide.
I kind of giggle to myself, and I'm like, "Your other option is to stay here with all this illegal hooch."
I think at this point, I'm at least 3/4 of the way through the bottle, and I'm just like, it's some pretty good hooch.
Make a Constitution saving throw, June.
June is June drunk?
Where? Oh my god, no! Where is that?
Yeah, that one's a little bit. The saving throws are a little bit different.
It's in like the top left box.
Well, I'm looking for some information.
Nice. Yeah, you hold your liquor. Say that again, Maggie.
I'm looking for some information. Can you help me find that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, probably. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could. Yeah, but what kind of information?
My husband is imprisoned in Ireland, and I really need help I really need information on how he's doing.
Over in Ireland, huh? Gee, I don't know if my reach could quite, get over there. But have you talked to NORAD?
Who is this NORAD?
What is NORAD? It's the Irish Northern Aid Committee.
Oh, so I would have known that. Is
known? Depending on how far up her head up her butt would be for Maggie, you would or would not know it. If you were in the scene with your husband and all that, you would be familiar with it. Yeah.
Okay. Then I've already tried them. They haven't been very useful so far.
Here in the Roaring City?
Yes.
Well, you want to talk to them again, because I have a feeling they weren't giving it to you straight then. I know some people.
All right. Can you connect me with those people, and I'll help you with this delivery?
I'd be happy to.
Okay.
We got a deal then.
Have a deal then.
Oh, excellent. All right, so here, help me load some of this stuff. There's like crates of china.
Yeah.
Heavy lifting.
Yeah, I walk over and I'm picking it up. No problem.
I'm gonna reluctantly pick up like one box.
Lester, make a perception check.
Okay.
You pick up on the fact that June is only kind of making it appear that she is helping. And where you've moved several crates now, you're pretty sure she's just been holding that one crate. The light one.
And so I kind of say something along the lines of like, in my line of work, you only get the amount of cut that you put into it.
Oh.
Kind of referencing like, you're gonna put that in, that's fine, but don't expect to get even cut.
I don't like that sass.
How much do you not like that sass?
I think for now, I'm going to pick up a crate and just have a beaming smile on my face. But we all know that's not a genuine smile.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember that one,
Okay, yep.
Lester.
Message received. And a car's all loaded up, and he starts giving you directions towards the green mill back into the Roaring City. And now listen, you want to talk to Larry, talk to only Larry. He runs the joint, and he accepts deliveries in the back. Don't go walking through the front doors of the green mill with the hooch, okay? The back door. He knows what to do, where to go. We've done this before. Now it's just with a little, extra set of hands.
Gotcha.
Hoot, are you coming with, or are you just gonna make us do it?
Oh no, I think this is best done, on your own.
And I've already jumped into the driver's seat, and I'm like honking the horn, like, yep, let's go, let's do it.
I'm taking another bottle with me.
And he kind of starts to be like, "Oh, are you gonna pay for that?" And I feel like you shoot him a glance, and he just kind of lets it go. So it takes about an hour to get back into town, and like 45 minutes go by, no issue. But then you come upon a fallen tree that's blocking the road. Unable to drive through, over, or around this tree without like severely off-roading, and then even then you might not make it around.
Okay.
What does summon beasts do, Dave?
You literally like conjure animals to existence.
I conjure animals to move this tree.
Possibly if you're able to summon like elephants or something, but I think you're limited in like how powerful of beasts you could conjure. Oh, that doesn't give much information, does it?
No.
So I have a more labor idea. I've got rope. I'm thinking how big's the tree? Like, my thought is I just tie the rope around the tree, tie it to the bumper, and kind of just pull this tree out of the road.
Possibly, but it might be pushing the limits of what your car is capable.
That's all I've got as an idea. If anybody else has an idea of how we can get rid of this thing.
Oh, they have the stats for these. It's a small beast, Maggie. I don't think it would be particularly helpful moving this tree.
I speak with some animals in the area.
Are you got a spell for that too?
Yeah.
You could. What do you want to talk to him about, and who do you want to talk?
Are there any bears in the area?
Make a nature check to determine what.
Oh, here we go.
Love a good bear. Gotta be a bear.
Nature check.
Took us an hour and a half to get to a bear.
Easy.
There's got to be at least one bear.
Hold on. Bears live in Chicago. I mean, the Roaring City.
The Chicago Bears.
That's
Of course
true.
they do.
That's true.
Yeah, the
That's
New
true.
York Giants. I haven't seen
So
any
we're like
Giants.
off the
True.
beaten track.
You're not looking hard enough,
Also
Michael.
true. They just now my Google searches are talking about the Chicago Bears. You think there's a bear in the vicinity? Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try and talk to it.
Okay. You can do so with a spell, not just on your own abilities. Go.
So I try and talk to a bear and see if they can like move this tree or branch or whatever it is.
Let me see how smart a bear is. Okay.
But they're strong.
They are strong. They're very strong. What? All right. What do you say to this bear?
That's pretty dumb.
Excuse me, bear friend. Would you mind helping us move this tree out of our way?
And we gotta say, Lester and June, you're probably hearing Maggie going like,
I'm staying in the car. I'm like, there's a bear. I'm not getting out of the car. No! Me and the moonshine are in the car.
Wait,
What?
And-
June
and
is
like-
like, what the heck did I just drink? This
My tripping
moonshine.
was in this moonshine.
I'm saying
And I'm not re-
bears.
I'm not really paying attention to Maggie. If you were to look closely at Lester, you would kind of believe that a thought's going through his head, going like, could I shoot this thing in half with my Tommy gun? Like, that's kind of like the thought process I'm going through right now.
This is how I
What
solve
Leslie's
everything.
Intelligence.
It's not super high. Yeah. Oh, it's well.
We got it.
Yeah,
Wisdom
that's
is
not too
right.
bad.
Okay.
But it's just
well,
a
you know.
reflection of how he likes to solve problems.
Yes.
In response, again, for those listening, you're just hearing a bear, grunt and whatever other noises a bear makes. I'm hungry.
We got moonshine.
I have some berries.
He sniffs. Berries good.
Well, you're in luck. They're called good berries. And I hand him a few.
Berries good. Keep at it, Kate. Keep at it. Come on, get this bear to do what you want.
We need this log pushed off to the side so we can get our car through. Can you do that?
More berries?
I'll give you 2 more berries. And the job is done.
I like berries. And this bear starts to lumber towards the tree. But as he gets close, you see several humanoids come out of the woodwork with guns pointed towards your car and the bear now. And it's it's a human, a goblin, and a dwarf, all with guns trained at you all. And they say, roads closed. Please exit your vehicle, and we'll take care of the rest. Just leave this here with us. Their intent is that you all leave, and you leave the merchandise and the car where it is.
Yeah, that's a no from me. I immediately, without thought or hesitation, pull the Tommy gun.
All right, so you're just pointing it right back at him, or do you mean pull the trigger of the Tommy gun?
Pointing it right back at him.
Okay. I think we ought to roll initiative then.
All right, guys, I got you into this. So you got to do.
Lester! God!
That's it.
I'm gonna take that from you, I think, at some point.
Okay, it is helpful if we select your tokens while we roll. Interesting.
These tokens are very
Wait, do I need to roll too? Kate, you rolled.
I did, but I didn't select my token.
How do you select that token?
So that's on roll 20.
That's
It's
on
not
roll
letting us select anything, Dave.
That's because I grabbed him onto the map. Okay, here, let's change. This isn't the best map for it because there's no road. Oh, interesting. Saved some of the... Keep the...
Oh.
Oh, you just deleted mine.
Oh, shoot.
That's okay.
Goodbye.
There we go.
I try to drag your tokens in this general area.
I don't see anything on roll 20.
Like,
I see this blank screen. I don't see any.
It's like a
map.
map. Oh.
I've zoomed out to 10%, so I should see everything.
Yeah.
Should I do initiative again, Dave? Or are you fixing that?
yes, do it again, but I can give you your initial roll if you want it.
Oh no, that's okay. I'll take them anyway.
I don't see any tokens on there.
You have to, like, where you click for your character sheet, the little, like, newspaper looking thing.
If I need to roll initiative
Yeah.
on
Click your
roll 20.
character's
No,
name,
you
and
shouldn't
then you
have to.
drag it to the map.
Ooh. There I am.
There you
I
are.
see any-
There's
There I
2
am.
Lesters.
I still don't see anything though.
I feel
You're on
like-
there,
I
aren't
feel like
you?
you need to...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll refresh.
Initiative.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Right, and then I need to
What?
re-drag my person over.
You have dragged your...
Okay, I see him. with
but
you.
I need you to select the click on your token and roll initiative again. And same for you, June, but you can keep your nat 20 initiative roll. Put you on the tracker.
All right, I've clicked on my token, and now I will roll initiative.
How do I?
There you go. Yeah, worked for Lester.
Sweet.
All right, so Alyssa, you're going to roll 20. You're clicking on the token of your bard.
Did I do it?
Yep.
Yay!
And
Glad that we have
now-
that bear now.
Huh?
I'm glad we have that bear now. This is
Hey,
great.
yeah, that's...
Look how perfect it
I
is.
Worked
love
out
when we have a
okay.
bear. Gotta have a bear.
Caitlin, you should totally play this up and basically tell the bear that those 3 guys want his berries.
Add berries.
That's like all he wants, right? Like that's all we need him to do to fight. Is
Yeah.
just to say like they're here for the berries.
They're gonna take all the
Push
berries.
the berries in initiative. I love that. Okay, I will say that. Thank you for your berries. I want to eat them all.
We got a bear. Oh, I love that we have a bear. It makes me happy.
Barking. Oh, wow, no. It's already open. No, it's not. Still.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Oh, this is
Initiative.
hot dog.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. So
That's not a sign of
upon
things to come.
upon seeing I don't have a token. That's not a bear, but upon seeing Lester pull his Tommy gun out in their direction, the gangsters are going to fire.
Here we go. Here we go. It's time.
Worcester!
Dang!
Wow.
You
Whoa,
are
that's 2
rolling.
crits? What the heck?
You are rolling.
That's 1 attack. They each get 2 with their guns. So that's one person's 2 attacks. Wow, I'm really rolling.
What is happening here?
That's another one's 2
You're
attacks.
walking inside.
And then we're just gonna kill everybody right out of the gate. Oh, except the damage isn't that bad. Okay, so the first shot is 14 damage to the bear.
Okay.
Christ.
I mean, that's pretty sad. You know, they're
Oh,
shooting
did
a
that.
bear.
I know. That bear did get 2 extra hit points because I gave it good berries.
Okay, well, it wasn't previously hurt, but
Oh, is it only when they're hurt?
I think so. And then the second guy, his first shot glances off a tree nearby, but the second for 2 piercing hits 1 for Maggie, 2 for Maggie for 2 points of piercing damage. And the third one hits both onto Lester. Or
Okay.
what's that say? It's doing that correctly.
How many?
For 8 on the first one, and for 10 total damage to you, Lester.
Dang.
2 for me?
No, you didn't take any damage, June.
Oh.
You weren't even hit.
You're probably still in the car, like drinking your food.
I am.
You haven't figured out what's happening.
I'm ducking between the seats right now with
Yeah.
my mooch.
And while you find shelter beneath the seats, it is now your turn. Oh no, this is Maggie. This is Maggie's picture. So now Maggie, you're up.
How many of them are there?
There's 3.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. 2d8, 4. I'm gonna use heat metal.
Oh, nice. What's she gonna heat?
Oh, I don't know what I just did.
You pinged it. Perfect. Now we can read what you...
I'm gonna heat their guns.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna make sure you can choose more than one object. You might have to choose one gun.
Okay. You can
Choose
see
a
with
manufactured metal object. Yeah, so one of their guns you can heat.
Okay. So I'll do the one closest to me, I guess.
Alrighty. Let's give him. Let's see. What do these symbolize? Hotness. Oh, maybe this one. Okay, so the gun starts heating up in his hand. It gets to the point where it is glowing red hot.
Nice.
He's gonna take 2d8 fire damage. Do you want me to do that roll, Maggie?
Yeah.
2d8. He's gonna take 10 damage. Which of these bad boys have? He's gonna take 10 damage, and then I feel like he's gonna have to drop this.
Oh, and I can use a bonus action on each of my following turns.
Okay.
cause disadvantage again.
Nice. If a creature is holding or wearing the object, it takes the damage from it. The creature must succeed in a con save or drop it. It's got to make a Constitution saving throw. A 19, which means he doesn't drop it, which is probably not ideal in this situation.
There's something else. He has disadvantage on attack rolls
Okay.
and ability checks until the start of my next turn.
Very nice. So this guy is determined to still hold on to his gun despite the fact that it's heated to a glowing red.
Gotta stop rolling like this, Davo.
But you know,
Yeah,
no,
what the heck,
no,
man?
kidding. But in this case, I think you might be glad that he doesn't drop the gun, because then Maggie can heat him up still.
Nice.
Cool, very cool. And now, Maggie, you are concentrating on this spell. So if you take damage or use another spell with concentration, you could potentially lose this spell. That's kind of a new feature you've never had to deal with in D, is concentration spells. All right, Lester, that brings us to you.
I'm laughing. I've been hit a couple times, and now I am just like deep belly laughing, like kind of hysterical, crazy, if you will. And so I'm happy right where I am. The first those bullets get shot, my Tommy gun starts firing.
Oh yeah.
So I'll take the guy, the thug on the right,
Okay.
or right, and I am going to fire my Tommy gun at him. Oh.
That'll hit, most certainly. A 21. Oh wait, it's an 11 at first, huh? Still hits.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
11 still hits for 9 points of damage. Very good.
Yeah, there we go. And then I'm hard to see the terrain around me.
It doesn't totally accurately represent it either, because you're on a dirt road. It's not on.
So then, like, my natural reaction is to kind of go slide back to like the passenger side door and open it, kind of like firing from behind.
Yeah.
And I think I don't have a bonus action because mine's a two-handed weapon, so I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay, very good. But you're now behind some cover of our door.
Sweet.
Cool, I love it. All right, June. The car's starting to get shot up. There's these thugs standing on top of this log that's barring the way.
How do I, when I'm like looking at my spells, if I want to click one to like see what it is without, just like getting information from it, how do I do that?
There's
It's D&D
it might be different. No, that's why
we gotta get you on there, Kate.
Testing it.
Let's see.
Because I'm like, there's the cast button, obviously.
So yeah, you can just click on like charm person, for example, and it should pull up a little thing. So when you just on read, you can click on it, and then cast is the button that put it into the game.
Okay, that's easier, actually. Is there like an obvious leader we have from these gentlemen that are approaching us?
There's only one who has spoken so far, and we'll say that's the green one.
The green one. Okay. I really would like to try charm person, and can I like shift at any time? I can change my form, right?
I think it's an action to do it. But,
okay.
So like at any time, yes, but it does take up your action.
Dang. Okay. Um. Okay. I think I'm going to charm person and attempt to persuade Mr. Green Thug
Okay.
to put his gun down.
Very good. All right, could you do the cast for Trump person and try to put it into the game chat? Show the description though. Okay, so you need a wisdom save. Oh, it fails. He fails.
Yeah.
So
So charming.
so that's really all it shows. What if we do this? That's dumb. I want to see the descriptions on here. I'm sure that's a setting. Oh, there we go. So there's a display in the virtual tabletop, the VTT option and beyond. That's what made it show up. Okay, so this thug just failed his wisdom save against being charmed by June. So he regards you as a friendly acquaintance. He will know that you charmed him when the spell wears off in an hour. Oh, you know what? He gets to do this with advantage because you guys are.
No.
Still fails. Yep, still fails.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's looking at you, June, like, hey, you go way back. And did you want to, like, say something to him? I think you had started to. What is it? How do you want to kind of leverage this friendly?
Well, still in the back seat, I think, at this
Mhm.
point.
But you do have 30 feet of movement.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to get out of the car, but I'm sort of going to pop my head up from behind the seat and be like, enough, boys. Like, we can solve this. Everybody chill. Just chill out.
Very good. So the green guy kind of hears you, asking everybody to chill, and kind of looks at his buddies like, "Hey, not a bad idea. You go way back. We might want to listen." Very good. Okay, and no movement.
No. I'm
Okay.
staying in the car.
This bear. Is bear angry enough to fight, or are they scared enough to run? So that we'll say a high roll is staying. Nope.
Oh.
Bear just got shot up. This is not worth a few berries. He's gonna use his 40 feet of movement to get out of there.
Weak sauce.
I don't blame you, Bear.
He's a lover, not a fighter. Lover of berries.
Waited. All right. Well, he goes 40 feet away.
My bear.
It's too far.
Oh.
Alrighty. Back to the gangster's turn. They're gonna do more shooties. Well, not the green one.
Ooh.
The green one's gonna be like, "Hey, listen, like, yeah, what are we doing here? Everybody should just."
Which
chill."
one did Kate hit?
Yeah, is the
red one?
red
The
one
red one,
able to take a turn?
Yeah, but I believe you said he has disadvantage with his gun being heated.
Yeah.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and. Yeah, so we'll do his first. So he's gonna try to shoot again. This time at Maggie.
Ah, there it is.
Well, that's not disadvantage, so let's do it one more time. That just came into play right there, right? That heat metal
Nice.
just okay, that's first attack. Here comes the second. 15 to hit Maggie. Does that hit you, Maggie?
Your
Your
yeah,
armor
it does.
class. Okay, you take 6 points of piercing damage. As this one, you've heated his gun up. He's still managed to muscle the gun in your direction and fire at
Wait,
you.
how though?
Because he
Wasn't
rolled
the
a
dis-
16 and a 15.
Oh, I thought he went first, so he rolled a 17 and a 4.
Yeah, he gets 2 attacks.
Oh, gotcha.
And the one that Lester hit is going to fire at Lester again.
Bring it.
11
Nope.
and an 8. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like some of them might be hitting that door that you positioned yourself behind.
Right.
Oh, but speaking of, even if he had rolled pretty well, being behind that door would have raised your armor class by 2 or 3 special rules.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So just for future reference, if you do take cover behind something, it can improve your armor class.
Great.
But you might have to remember that. I will not. Probably.
Oh, I'll remember it.
Okay, Maggie darling, you just took a bullet to the shoulder or leg.
So what does that mean for my concentration?
Oh, that's right. You need to make a concentration saving throw. A constitution saving throw.
I just click Constitution, right?
So make sure it's the saving throw.
Yes.
Yes, you maintain concentration on your heat metal.
So is that like I can't do anything else, right?
Well, was it a bonus action to make him take the damage again?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again. With your bonus action, you can make him take that 2d8 again. Do you want to do that? And then you still have your action, so that's pretty cool. 6 more damage to this guy.
So I can take a different action and I'm still concentrated?
Yeah, unless your action is a different concentration spell. You would then switch concentration to... So you probably don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And one of the jokes about druids is like all their spells are...
Okay. I will do Moonbeam on... do Moonbeam on the blue one.
Okay, now Moonbeam is concentration, so you are willingly dropping heat metal.
It is. No, it's like under attacks. I don't know if it has a dash. Does that mean it's a spell?
So if there's a C next to it, that means it's concentration.
Mine doesn't have that.
Oh, you're on Roll20.
I'm looking under my attacks and spell
How would it look for you?
class.
And, you know, as we're getting this campaign going, obviously things like this are going to be slower than once we kind of hit our stride. Yeah, they show C's on there. So on the right of your list of spells, there's like R's, that means ritual, and there's C's, that mean concentration.
I wasn't looking at my spell sheet. I was looking at my attacks.
Oh, all your spells are in there. That's cool. But yeah, it's not. But it's not going to show you.
Okay.
So I think most of your spells are probably going to be concentration. If you have like a regular weapon to use or something, you might want to.
I have a scimitar. Yes, I'll use that.
But what is it for you? Because you're probably not running around the Roaring City in the 1920s with a scimitar.
I'll say it's a cute little revolver.
Okay. Cute little revolver. Cool. And you need to run up to him to do this. Yeah, you want to use your movement to get up in this guy's grill?
Sure.
I would say ideally you flavor your scimitar as a melee weapon, like switchblade,
Oh,
a
gotcha.
heal. That'd be hilarious. And if you have like a ranged weapon like a bow, you could make that your.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's all flavor. Oh, you're going after the blue one?
Yeah.
Okay. You totally can go after the blue one. Do know that somebody that has 1 hit point left versus somebody that has 10, they do the exact same damage and all that. So generally, you all want to like focus your fire on one person, kill them, move down the line. Because even if they have 1 hit point left, they still do just as much as if they.
Okay, I'll go after red then.
Yeah, because red has taken the most damage so far. All right, and you rolled a 20, which is very good. Now for you, if you just click on, 8 damage. So you've now done 24 damage to this fella. And because he's beyond 50% of his hit points, I'm describing him as bloodied. So when you hear me describe somebody as bloodied, that means they've lost over 50% of their. It helps keep the immersion, so I'm not talking about hit points when we're playing, you know? Like I shoot people with life, which I do all. And I'm like, how many hit points do they have left?
Less than 50.
Awesome, 50%.
50%.
Very
So
good.
I stab him and then I back away.
Okay, if you do, he gets to take an attack of opportunity against you.
Sorry about that.
Oh no!
Fine.
You want to stay put?
Yeah.
All right, back to you, Lester.
Yeah, I'm still firing away with my Tommy gun at the guy in the blue.
Ready?
So I will do that.
Ooh, crit.
Boom, boom, boom.
Nice.
Heck yeah. And now I think no, that didn't auto roll your crit damage.
Yeah, because I have something with crit on my champion level. What is that?
Oh yeah, when you get a 19, it's a crit. I wonder if D&D Beyond will know that automatically. We'll have to look for when you roll a 19. Okay, you need to roll another D8.
I need to roll another D8.
Yeah, because you
So I
double
do
the
that.
dice. We should be able to get this to roll that crit automatically, but he's okay.
I just hit damage again on the Tommy gun.
Maybe
I don't know.
that works.
Do it.
All right, so you did 10 more points of damage to this feller. He is also looking bloodied.
Yeah.
That's
And then
nice.
again, I just, stay behind the door there.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right, very good. June, back to you.
I would like to use suggestion. And I'm going to suggest for the blue thug to hand over his weapon to Lester so he can double shoot 2 hands. Pew, pew.
Nice. Okay, and I checked. Your charm person is not concentration. So you can have this guy charmed and still be suggesting to this dude. So that's cool. That's good for you.
Got a whole room going.
That's good for you.
Let's
All
go.
All right. What do I need
Mass
to do?
manipulation.
Yeah, exactly. What do I need to do for suggestion? What kind of save? Wisdom. These thugs are super wise. Ooh, still rolling good though. Let's see. I have a feeling just nothing's gonna happen. Made the save. Yeah, he's able to shrug off your glamorous effect.
No.
I know. It's like the worst feeling. I'm using a spell slot. This is gonna be super cool, and it fails, and nothing happens. It's kind of
Boo.
like a high risk, high reward sometimes with the magic casters. Alrighty.
It's all good.
Are you staying in the
I'm gonna
car?
stay in the car. Staying in the car.
All right, the bear moves another 40 feet. Actually, it can dash. It can be like 160 feet away at this point.
All right, skirt.
Hi, Bear.
Bye, bear. All right.
Bye.
Okay, so we've got a gangster with a heated gun, and you're up in his business, Maggie. This guy's still charmed, and this guy's shooting it out with Lester right now.
And the one with the heated gun has to roll again.
Oh, yeah. Con save. He holds on to that gun. He probably shouldn't, but he does.
Wouldn't he take damage?
Let it go, dude.
On your turn, he takes damage.
Oh, on my turn.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This is to see if he holds on to the gun or not. Which is funny, because if he dropped it,
Right.
he would stop taking damage from it. But then he doesn't have a weapon. Bit of a catch-22. By the way, when you're playing like medieval games, if somebody's walking around in plate armor and you do heat metal, that's hilarious. Because in the rules, they say it takes like 10 minutes to take off plate armor. So he's just cooking. Like, it's like a turkey on Thanksgiving.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, poor thing.
All right, he's gonna swing his revolver at you as if it's a melee weapon. Dang, I am rolling bonkers right now.
Jeez.
You take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, Maggie, and the other one misses you. No. It's disadvantage. He rolled a nat 1 to hit you. You don't take any damage.
Oh,
Nice.
But he's gonna roll.
Oh.
But he does get 2
Roll
attacks. But your heat metal just prevented you from getting hit twice now.
nice.
And a 9 and 20, I'm sure 9 doesn't hit you, right?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so this thing's like blistering in his hands, and he's furious, and he's swinging the butt of his revolver at you, and you're just able to kind of sidestep his wild swings. And Green's gonna be like, really, like, everybody, we should just relax, take a big deep breath. And Green's gonna keep shooting it out at Lester.
Do it. Bring it.
A 12 probably doesn't hit.
Oh,
And
today.
non-natural 20.
20 does hit me, but no, I get advantage, right? How much advantage? from being behind the wall?
We would add, let's see what partial cover is. I think it's 2. Partial. I don't know. How high is your armor class?
18.
Oh, really?
Yeah, buddy.
It adds a +2.
Oh.
It adds a +2, which does make your armor class 20. But if you meet it, you beat it. So he's still gonna hit you.
Here we go.
Still gonna hit you. So 6 piercing damage to you, Lester.
Oh, he did hit me.
Yeah,
Because
if you meet the armor class, you beat it.
All right.
Meets it, beats it.
Gotcha.
6 points of piercing damage to you, but that's their turn, and we're back to you, Maggie.
Oh, that's me. I will hit him again, or I'll stab him again with my dagger.
Nice. Oh, and do you want to do the bonus action heat up?
Yeah.
Bonus action heat up. Kill him. No, not with that lane damage. Okay,
For that
your 20 hits though. You got 4 slashing. Think. Oh, this guy's hanging on. He looks real bad, hanging on by a thread. Like he's got 1 hit point.
Oh, I was so close.
You're so close. And I rolled crappy for your heat metal damage. I rolled a 2 and a 1.
Yeah, that was rough.
Way to
Can I
go.
roll it?
Yeah. Saving all of your crits and 20s and stuff for the
Yeah.
wrong people.
Yeah. Do you want to roll your own d8s, Kate?
Yeah.
Feeling generous.
Ah.
Oh, nice. Let's see. So that was. I think you still needed the scimitar strike to finish him off. All right. You just ended this guy. Do you want to give it a little flavor, Maggie?
Sure. Let's see. I like sidestep him and then slit his throat.
Ooh, cool. Yeah, he like does one of those wild swings at you, and you just kind of do like like you said, a sidestep, and just precision, like the steady hands of a nurse and a scalpel.
Yes.
Maybe
Ooh,
that should
that's
be
what it is.
that should be your weapon. This is
A
a scalpel.
dagger. It's a scalpel.
Yeah. Dope.
Good one.
Cool.
Very cool.
That's a good choice.
I love that. So for those listening, we would like some character art of our player characters here. You know, please include a scalpel, Maggie's weapon. And Lester, this guy's still shooting it out with you.
Yep, Lester's deep belly laughing, but you can kind of tell he's getting a little pissed off because he's gotten hit a time or two now. And so he's still firing away with his good old fashioned Tommy gun.
Hits.
Sweet.
I keep thinking you have 2 attacks, but I think you have to get to your class.
Gotcha.
Alrighty. Yeah, he's not looking great at all. Like he might have enough in him to just or one more hit of anything might be enough.
And I kind of see that, so I'm starting to get confident. I freaking walk out away from the door and make it maybe halfway towards him.
Okay. All right.
Yep, I'm going at him.
Sure.
Is
Yeah.
this the blue guy?
Yeah, it's the blue guy. Me and the blue guy have been going at it the whole time.
Yeah. If you'd like to move your token to where you want to end up, you can do so.
Yes,
Lester.
I will. I'm gonna end up like right there. I'm literally going right at this guy, and I made it about
Nice.
halfway.
And are you just kind of like Terminator walking towards them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
All 5
Iron-
of him.
I'm in the air, kind of just belly laughing.
Got
Okay.
a Napoleon complex.
Hey, listen.
Yes.
Just because he's 5'3", it still looks cool.
I forget you're tiny.
Yeah. We're gonna have fun remembering that throughout the campaign.
Yeah.
These big
You're
big
such a
actions.
badass.
Man.
5'3".
Oh.
Yep.
Ooh.
And by the way, he's got the face of like a 12-year-old.
Oh, baby face.
How
That's
old
right.
So,
Gun's
listen,
bigger than you.
Just go ahead and warn you. I don't love that name.
Oh, really? That's a thing, huh?
Don't love that name.
Did you see by the way that your associates call you Jimmy?
Yes, I did. That's actually you did some research.
I did some
I was
research.
impressed.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay. Enough patting my own back, you know.
Right,
June,
yeah.
June, you're up.
I think it's time for a little bit of vicious mockery.
Yes.
We have one man left fighting, and this is embarrassing for him. He should be embarrassed. One of his friends is dead. The other friend doesn't even want to be here. Stop. It's time to stop. I'm embarrassed for you. So
Yes, amazing.
just knock it off.
Take a point of inspiration, June. I have a feeling I'm going to be giving you inspiration constantly for your vicious mockeries. A wisdom saving throw. A 4. He fails.
Get him.
For a whopping 2 psychic damage. He also is just barely hanging on. He's got 2 hit points left.
I really wanted it to work.
What can you pop? Oh, okay. So that's a cantrip, so you can spam that spell all day, all you want. But it only does a
I know, I
D4
love
of
that.
damage. Yeah. Hilarious. I think that will level up with you though. The higher in levels you get, it'll start being more potent.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I think
so
that's what it
good.
said in there.
Okay, it's the gangster's turn. One is charmed, one has 2 hit points left. They are going to attempt to run. So they are going to jump down from the log. So the log is going to be between you and them. and they're gonna take their turn to just sprint away.
Since I'm close, can I get an attack of opportunity?
You would if you were in melee combat. The
Oh.
one you were in melee combat with is dead. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you
attack
know
that
what?
one.
I'll have green is gonna run right out of the gate. Blue is gonna take his action and shoot at Lester and then run. So green will be able to travel twice the distance as blue, but blue's running a little.
Blue's a punk.
Good. Good. Bring it, Blue.
So
And
two more shots at you, Lester. These rolls are going cold. An 8 and a 12.
Nope.
And
Nothing.
and then he's going to attempt. Oh, I should have moved this guy away. Just to go. This guy, however, does not get to go as far.
How far does he go?
30 feet.
Oh, dang it. He's still out of range.
But you can move and then do your stuff.
Yeah, but my max is 30 feet, so I'm still going to be.
Yeah, like if you're hoping to.
But it's not my turn anyway, to be fair.
That's true. And that's their turn. That brings us to you, Maggie.
Let's see. Do I do the measurement?
It's like it's supposed. There you go. Yeah, it's Justin. That was perfect. That gets you right where you need to go.
So I'm gonna go after him and I don't want to do that anymore.
Back to your arrow.
Gotcha.
There's a way to make your character follow the path of these. I just never remember how to do it.
Oh, cool.
It's very cool. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, the scalpel again.
Yeah,
Same vibe.
we need Todd again.
Yeah. Or I feel like this guy's back is to you. He's running away. Does that change your
Yeah.
flavor at all?
Oh, I grab him from behind and slit.
Ooh.
Oh my god, you're ruthless.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Maggie, way to go.
Hey, for being a healer, this lady sure is bloodthirsty.
She's not messing up. She didn't even want to do this. She didn't even want to come.
You know what? Maybe there's a little bit of rage boiling from husband being in danger, locked up in motherland.
Mhm.
There might be some
And
deep-seated things
I
going
learned
on.
about anatomy in nursing school, so I know what's gonna kill someone quickest.
Yes, you know where those arteries are.
Ah.
It's cool. Okay, Lester, you just saw Maggie scalpel, the one you were kind of locked in combat with, and there was one that was charmed by June, who's fled about 80 feet or 60 feet away or so. What is your intention? What would you like to do?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to still shoot at him. You know, I don't stop shooting.
So you're gonna want to run
Save
up
your
and probably
bolt.
jump on that log, probably.
Yeah, I'll do it. Just because I can, but like, he's within range.
But the log would be blocking your line of sight.
Oh, okay. So is this a log or a cliff?
Well, there is no log in this map.
Okay, so I'll go 30 feet, which I think is right there.
Okay, and you're
Oh,
able to hop up on the log.
Boom.
There's
Take
a
my
log
hand.
off to the side, Dave.
Oh, there is. What the heck?
Yeah, I thought this was the road here.
This is just a map I had laying around. I did not plan to use this. Turns out I totally could have just.
There
Except,
was a log the whole time.
except it is right at the edge of the map, which usually ends up not being. That hits.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I need to do the damage part.
4 damage. It's the first damage this guy has taken, and I'm trying to see if this snaps him out of charm.
He's charmed For what? Wasn't it an hour?
Yeah, but if
It's
I
for an
shoot
hour.
him, maybe he's not so charmed anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, if you or your companions do anything harmful to it, no longer charmed. So the charm is gone. Also, it may not matter much in this battle, but a good like mental note to take. If especially if June is manipulating the emotions of others, your aggressive actions could undo that.
Gotcha.
Which if you feel is what your character would do, you might still do it, and June might start going, dude, what the heck?
That's kind of my
She's
MO.
not very
And
Lester.
then
She's
I
not
would
very
take a bonus action
Okay.
and use short rest.
A short rest will take an hour.
It takes an hour. It doesn't say that. So it says once per short rest you can use a bonus. Oh, is it
Are you trying to do second wind or something?
second wind? Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You can do that. Yep. And that gets
Okay.
you some hit points back.
Yes, 1d10 plus 3 hit points.
Now, I would guess you could click on second wind and it might even roll it for you.
It did it.
It tried to roll.
Is it not above that 11? 1d10 plus
Oh,
3?
yeah, it did. Very cool. Yeah, so
I got 11 back.
that gives you, which is a really good roll for that.
Yeah, you know.
Very good. Cool.
I'm laughing it up. That was the time of my life. It was like that was the best thing that could have happened today.
Yeah, absolutely. June, do you have intentions of tracking down this last thug?
I'm not getting out of the car.
Oh my gosh, you just
Can
did
we
this whole
go?
fight from the
I want
car.
to go. Let's go.
I
I stayed in the car the whole time.
He was winking and charming and belittling people from the car with moonshine in hand the entire time.
wow,
Yeah,
that's
moonshine.
amazing.
I know who I am, and that's who I am. I'm not slashing. I'm not slicing and dicing. I'm manipulating and drinking my moonshine.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I just noticed that you just went that entire combat from the car. That's so fun.
I never got out of the back seat.
Gosh.
Okay, the gangster runs another 80 feet away, so he's pretty far down the road now. Aggie, your turn's next. Do you have intentions of going chasing this guy? All right, Lester.
No.
Oh yeah, another 30 feet and another shot.
All right, so he just moved. Okay, wait, we've got a little bit of this map left. You are currently 40 feet away from him, but he just not currently, but he just ran 60 feet. You're right. He's 100 feet away from you. Oh, but you can move 30. So he's
now he's
70.
Well within range of my Tommy gun.
Yeah.
My Tommy gun's range is
150 feet. That might not.
Oh my god.
That might not be very realistic, but we'll run with it.
600. What does that mean?
That means anything 150 and less is a regular shot. Anything beyond that within 600 is disadvantage.
So I can literally just shoot anybody, anywhere, anytime. 600 feet might as well be a sniper.
Yeah, we're like never gonna have a map that's more than 600.
I can shoot anybody. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Your 14 hits.
Totally. Great. 8
8
piercing.
more damage. What was it? Where did his original health go? Was it 4?
Yeah, it was 4 on my last shot.
Alrighty. Yeah, so he's dead sprinting away from you into the woods, and you kind of hit him one more time into the shoulder.
As I laugh. Big laugh.
Is your intention just to continue to chase this guy deeper and deeper into the forest?
I think he's fast enough, unless somebody maybe calls me back. I might listen if somebody's, tells me to stop.
Gotcha.
But,
Would love to sternly tell you to get in the freaking car.
You may do so.
Lester! That's enough!
Still got to move this log.
Oh, the freaking log.
Okay.
Do you relent, Lester?
Yeah, I'll listen to June.
Okay.
I'll say okay.
Just for my notes real quick. Surviving gangster.
Barely.
Oh,
I'm loading him up. He's got what, 12 damage now?
Not left on him.
Oh yeah, I've hit him with 12 damage.
Yeah. All right. If you want to hitch up, a tow cable to this car, you can eventually, straining the car a bit, get this log off the enough at least to pass through.
I have the rope.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got the rope. And you're gonna head into town, make your way to the green mill. You're getting some looks as your car is now several bullet holes. And go around, not to the front, right? You're gonna go around to the back.
Going around to the back to talk with Larry.
Very good. Yep. You.
I'm
Go ahead.
gonna take some of my good berries before we do that.
Okay. Yep. And both June and Maggie, are you tracking your spell slots?
So how do you do that?
In Roll20 for you, although I do want to get you on so we can speak the same language. You have 4 first level spell slots, and you can tick it off where it says slots remain.
And it just does it for you.
And yeah,
D&D Beyond, right?
let me see.
I think I used my tools.
No, I don't think it is. So there's slots on your sheet.
Yeah.
I think you need to check those. Is it already checking them for you?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, D&D Beyond's the way to go.
Yeah, I didn't use any of my first levels, and I used charm and suggestion, and they're both blocked off.
Okay, really cool. So that does it for you automatically.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, that being spellcasters, you can't just be casting spells willy-nilly. You only have so much power over the arcane. You get more and more as you level up.
Except for my mockery.
Yeah, that you can just go willy-nilly. Maybe with a little toot of the horn, you see rotund human, blonde hair comes stepping out. He's got like a dish towel kind of draped over his shoulder, walking out of the back of the establishment. You assume at least that this is in fact Larry. And he says, go ahead, Maggie. Did you say something, Maggie?
No, go ahead.
Okay. He says, "Oh, there's some new faces. You, Hoot said you might be coming. Y'all with Hoot?"
That depends. Are you Larry?
I am Larry, owner of this fine establishment here. Well, let's start unloading the stuff. And he kind of whistles back into the establishment, and a couple like busboy looking peeps come out and start schlepping some moonshine into the green mill.
And I'm still pretty energetic from the whole thing, so I get out of the car and I walk up to Larry and I'm like, Larry, like real big and boisterous, like I love your establishment. It's fantastic. I've been here a few times.
Oh, well, glad. Always a pleasure to meet, a loyal customer and fan of the services and food we can provide. Yeah, always a pleasure.
Right. And so I kind of mentioned it was a wild ride in, and then I kind of go, while your boys load up here, do you have any beverages we can partake in? Kind of like inviting myself in.
I see. Make yourselves make yourself comfortable. It sounds like you've earned it. Hoot has been having increased concerns that some of the powers in the city are trying to run him out of the business. they're bringing in more and more stuff from our neighbors up north, and just trying to kind of have a control on the trade. And up to this point, Hoot's kind of remained independent, but things are getting complicated around.
I press him on that. Any names in particular that you're hearing from that are trying to press the smaller businesses out?
Yeah, he I mean, you know, there's the big guy who thinks he owns the town. If you're not working for or under Capone, he doesn't want you in town. And recently a name that's been circulating is Dak. Dak seems to have some connections with our neighbors up north. They've been bringing booze in from across the lake.
Hearing the name Dak again, it kind of brings me out of my hoopla or energy of the fight, and I'm like, what do you know about this Dak fella? I've been hearing his name a few times lately.
Not much is known about him, to tell you the truth. And you know, I only keep my ear to the ground, you know, slightly. Don't try not to get too involved in other people's business. But not much is known. I know he's operating out of the south portion of the Roaring City, down by the docks. It's where some bloke Feltonelli used to operate out of before he got run out of town by Capone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he's trying to hold on to a little piece of power down in the docks. That's really not much is known about Dak at the moment. At least not by me.
Okay.
Yeah, get in there. There's drinks to be had. Goes good with breakfast.
June, do you want to lead the way? I feel like with the word of drinks, you're there.
I absolutely am leading the way, but I think before I walk in the door, I would like to change back to my June Davis form, because I'm still looking like my arch enemy, Violet, at the moment. I never changed before we had that battle.
Smart.
And I'm really tired of looking like her. No. I need to feel glamorous before I go in there. So let me mix it up real quick. Back to myself. I'm going in the door, straight to the bar, and I'm ordering a whiskey.
Nice. Yep. You are able to do so. And he also, once the stuff's unloaded, Larry kind of approaches you all as well and says, now, Hoot and I have an arrangement set up for the exchange of goods and coin, you know, to try to protect ourselves from, you know, prying eyes and whatnot. But he slides over 20 gold pieces each to you three. Says for the successful delivery. Hoot wanted to make sure that your services would be paid for. And there's probably more where that came from. If you continue to run about with Hoot.
All right.
Thank you, kind sir.
Yep.
Good
The
man.
easiest I've ever made.
What was that, June?
So it's not the easiest money I've ever made.
No, probably not. Wait a second. I think don't I know you?
Yes, you do.
I knew it. You're that gal from the movies.
Mm-hmm. That's me.
Big fan. In fact, do you think maybe we could get a picture of you up on the wall of honor? Fetch the camera,
Sure.
Gary. All right, Larry, I'll fetch them. Come on, Gary and Larry.
I will take as many pictures as you want, because
Because
I'm June Davis.
He gets from behind the bar and throws an arm around you. Smiles for the picture. Gary, come on, take the picture. Awesome. And you see there's like an area behind the bar that's got, some pictures of like Shoeless Joe Jackson up on the wall, and some Ernest Hemingway up on the wall, some other kind of local celebrities of the Roaring City. And you will join them as soon as it's developed, which in the 1920s maybe takes a long time. I don't know.
It's a magic picture. It's developed.
It's a magic camera. It's ready now. Here, please sign. If you don't mind signing.
It's on the wall.
Excellent.
It's one of the moving ones.
The Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Your picture takes a prominent spot on the wall of honor at the Green Mill.
I picture like Gilderoy Lockhart. His moving pictures are just super extra.
Yes. Hair is blowing in the wind, maybe covering Larry's face a little bit.
Flip it right into Larry's face, and Larry's
just bam.
Perfect. Yes, absolutely. Canon. It's all canon now. Well, let's see. This was the party at Crane's was nighttime, and you hightailed it out of there after a raid. It probably really is like sunup at this point. So y'all are it'd probably be in your best interest to find a place to catch some shut-eye, or unless you're just gonna power through. But what's next? Do you all intend to stick together for the time being? What are the next steps for each of you?
From my end, I'm definitely interested in this Dat guy and wanting to learn more about him, but I don't think that's going to happen at the moment. I think I'm starting to come off that energy rush of the fight, and I'm starting to get kind of down and tired. I kind of look at the girls and I'm like, I need to sleep. Do you guys know a place around here? You guys look like you know some nice spots. They're kind of high class, if you will. Plus, we just got paid, so.
And most of you, I won't speak for Lester, but most of you have a home city. Lester, you may as well. I just didn't want to put that in if you're on the, or maybe it's not wise to go to your house right now.
Well, I'm staying with my grandmother, so I don't know
if you guys want, you can come back to my place because I'm getting sleepy because I've clearly had too much to drink. So if you can help me get to my house, it's over there somewhere. Y'all are welcome.
Maybe we jump back in the car and June gives me directions to drive to her house.
Yeah. June, I picture you're living in one of the high rises, maybe one of the suites, one of the high rises in town, kind of like a New York apartment kind of a vibe. That sound about
maybe,
right?
Maybe like a penthouse in a hotel, but I live there full time.
Exactly. Yeah. So she starts to drunkenly direct you to the Glory Hotel.
Nice.
And you're able to make your way to the Glory Hotel. They've got an underground parking structure, which don't tell me that didn't exist in the 1920s, because there's spells that can move the earth. So even if there weren't underground parking structures, there are in this world.
So
yeah,
there is.
And so there's underground parking structures where you can pedal in your bullet-ridden car. That might, be something on the to-do list. And there's a little stairway back into the lobby of the hotel. There's a finally just kobold doorman that opens up the door for you. June, he respectfully knows you by name and presses you, Miss Davis, and opens the door for you. And there you make your way to the elevator. There's also
as I'm passing by, because I'm feeling a little I flick him a silver piece.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, much obliged. He politely,
I'll remove that from my dollars here.
very good. Tipping the doorman, always a good, might have dividends later. They see things, they hear things. You make your way to the elevator. There's also an operator to the elevator, and you see that this elevator is on the floor of it. There are several like runes, magical runes, and they begin to glow after indicating. Well, they know which floor June lives on. And you feel the elevator start to rise through an arcane propulsion system that these glyphs initiate. And the elevator doors open up, and the floor is June's. So this penthouse is the only stop at this floor. And so the door...
Silver piece to the elevator guy?
The elevator operator, yep. You're a gentleman.
I'm really not good with money, guys. I just want you guys to know that.
And I'm happy to do it, Alyssa, but if you wanted to give your penthouse a little description, you're welcome to.
No, I kind of want to hear what you have in mind.
Okay, sure. Yeah, if you want to add on any embellishments or descriptors, you can. But yeah, the door opens after being unlocked by June's key to, it's the entire floor of this hotel. So there is this big like greeting foyer, area right into the main doors. There to your left is a hallway where it looks like there's several just extra bedrooms available. There's a large bathroom with one of those fancy big tubs, and a like kitchen area, but it's not just a kitchen, it's almost like a lounge, a bar area, and of course the master bedroom. So it's about as swanky as you can get in the Roaring City. All paid for with credit cards.
I forgot to say was there's a big piano because I am musically gifted.
Yes, absolutely. There is a grand piano that has a prominent position in one of the kind of living rooms. Yep, and likely even more instruments tucked away somewhere.
Definitely a saxophone.
Yes. And my flute, I forgot.
Flute.
Yep.
Your yes.
My yes flute.
Yep, absolutely. And your attendant, your personal assistant, Georgie, a female kenku, which is kind of like a bird person, walks out and says, late night, Miss Davis?
Yes, Georgie. Can you please show these two to their rooms? I'm gonna get a snack and go to bed.
Yes, of course. I didn't have any beds made, but I'll see to it. I'll have it done, of course. Right this way.
That's fine. Just give them a blanket. They're fine.
Yes, of course, Miss Davis. And as she starts walking down the hall towards the extra bedroom, she kind of looks over her shoulder at you, Lester, and you, Maggie, and says, I'll have sheets put on. Just give me a moment.
Blanket!
Much appreciated, Georgie.
And a point of note, a Kenku is a bird-like race. They can only use mimicry to communicate. So a lot of her phrases are coming in June's voice. But you also hear like the voice of like President Wilson, and just like voices that she's just would have kind of picked up, and phrases that she finds are applicable to situations are mimicked through her speech.
That's funny.
I like that.
And if you would all like, you can take a long rest.
Yes.
So it's an 8 hours worth of sleep. Or it can be like 6 hours of sleep and 2 hours of light activity. And that means all your hit points return to full. You spellcasters get your spell slots back. Michael, your second wind would reset.
Yep, it
How
did.
would I? How would I?
It's at
Reset
the
this.
very top, very even above
Yeah.
where inspiration is. It's right there.
Okay.
You just click it, and then it does everything for you once you confirm it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, long rest.
Yep, long rest. Yeah, that's cool too, Kate. Is there's just a long rest button on it that just
Cool.
wipes it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I do it?
Okay, we're nearing the end of our session. I think it's a good point to wrap it up. But what direction do you think you all will be headed on the next morning, or you're kind of sleeping in the morning, like midday?
I mean, I definitely think talking to Hoot is on Lester's thing. I think he liked that. Like he's down right now. All of his crew is gone. And so he's like, hey, this is a new guy doing my kind of work. He likes to and then secondary, he wants to learn a little bit more about Dak.
Yeah.
That would be his second thing.
I want to follow up with that thing you were talking about.
The NORAD.
Yeah.
And Hoot it sounded like Hoot knew some people involved in that.
Yeah.
I just think talking to Hoot, going back and talking to Hoot and like telling him everything that happened, all that kind of stuff. And then maybe checking in with Larry and seeing if we can get a little side hustle going or what else he might need from us.
Okay. Job, adventurers, you successfully navigated your first day of the Roaring City.